All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. It is Friday morning. The last day of this boring week, and then we got the craziest week in markets all year next week, I think. Really, it's one of the craziest weeks. I don't know if it's the craziest, but it's one of them for sure. Today, do we have any earnings? We got New York Community Bank today, NYCB. If you guys don't remember, this has been around for a long time. But this is one of the stocks that kind of crashed the market last year. New York City Bank, they dropped earnings this morning and they missed EPS, beat revenue, slight beat on revenue, big miss on EPS. They expected 40 cents a share loss. They missed almost 70 cents a loss share. They dropped, they were 73% worse than expected. EPS wise, they posted revenue of $619.66. There's $1.65 billion in revenue. What? Okay, so maybe, I'm sorry, I didn't even see this. Hold on, New York Community Bank. Yeah, they posted like a weird beat on revenue. Like they expected 619 million revenue. They posted 1.6 billion in revenue. They're still down though, probably because they're still losing money as a company, and they're losing 73% more than expected quarterly. Here's NYCB. And again, if you guys remember this stock, this was a stock that went kind of crazy during the crash last year. We have gotten in some trades. We are green in this specific challenge account. We're very close to getting funded, so we're going to film that. Where did all the viewers go? What do you mean? We started the stream up, what, like a minute ago? We got 100 people here in a minute. I mean, that's not bad. We don't have any economic data this week, but, like just in the last 48 hours, the channel has gotten 16,000 views. I mean, we're not doing that bad, But yeah, New York City Bank, huge beat on revenue, terrible miss on EPS. One thing that I'm noticing for this earnings quarter is that, man, Tesla up even more. Look how much Tesla's up, man. Tesla had the largest single day gain in a long time, up to 255s, hit 260s yesterday, so completely rebounded off of their earnings, dragging the NASDAQ up with us. What a crazy time. We got durable good orders dropping at 8:30, which is not the biggest report, but it's something. All right, so we got Michigan consumer sentiment. We'll cover both. Put that up here, and we're gonna trade some, take some trades this morning. We're very close to getting funded in one. Yeah, so Michigan consumer sentiment's at 10 a.m. I believe, right? Yeah, so 10 a.m. Eastern time, Michigan consumer sentiment data. Durable goods at 8:30. It's expected at minus 1.1 month to month. We also have Canadian retail sales coming out today. Yeah. What's up, Daniel Beach, Sam, Bao, Pew, Matt, Martin, Ray, Plus, Maria, Mr. Ty, Pawn. What's up, guys? Good morning. All right, so look at this big old rebound back up here. We're basically all the way back up. I'm kind of betting that we might get some choppiness. So I'm going to short another contract here. We're very close in this specific account to actually getting like funded. I think we need a couple $100. Let me make sure I'm in the right account. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, we're in the right account. So this account, we actually like this account. We're already up 1,700 or so in it, but our goal today in this one specifically is to make like 600-700 and then finish it off on Monday, or finish it off on Monday and finish the funding on Monday. We have a goal on another one to make about 600. So we'll see how that goes. What's up, Arif? Is PMI today? No, so PMI is not today. We have consumer sentiment today. New York stock market crashed 95 years ago today. Is it the anniversary of the 29 market crash? It's called Black Tuesday. Market crash was on October 29th. Each year, Black Tuesday. So that's going to be next Tuesday. So it's not today. Do you think Tesla's due for a pullback, being it went up so fast and being overextended on the upside? I don't think so. I mean, it may be. You never freaking know. But Tesla's already down on the year. You know, it's basically right back to where it was. And so I think it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of neutral, if that makes sense. Like, I'm a little neutral in Tesla right now. I'm not really like a big believer in it or a big skeptic in it at this current price. I think it's pretty neutral, you know, but maybe who knows? I don't know which way it's going to go, basically. So Black Friday was in the stock market. Was September 24th, 1869. It was from gold specifically, right? So it occurred from gold. James Gould, James Fisk, Abel Corbin led to collapse of the U.S. gold market. Investors attempted to corner it and force up the price of gold on the New York Exchange. When the price of gold fell from 160 to 130 per ounce, the stock market plummeted over 20% the following week. So yeah, this is not, yeah, we're gonna have to cut this one and get out and lose some money on that, but that's okay. Again, we're already up pretty big on this one. Yeah, it looks like we got out just in time. Look at this big run. So I'm not sure what just dropped. Something just came out today. Some type of news just dropped for sure. Look at that big candle. That's definitely a catalyst-driven event. Maybe HCA Healthcare just released 15 minutes ago. But look at this move. Wow. Anybody know what this is driven by? Apple. I'm looking at Nvidia. It's not really Nvidia. AMD. Google. Microsoft. I know. Anybody know what this move is? Look at this. This is a huge candle. That's a big candle. That's the biggest candle we've seen all day. Look at that thing. I got out just in time, too. Just in time. Well, Tesla's up a little bit, but it's not up to cause a move like this. You know, like Tesla's move is big, but this is a big old candle right here. Look at this candle right here. This is usually catalyst driven, although I have to look at volume, I guess. Let me look at the QQQ. See what's up here. Yeah, big candle, big 10,000 share volume spike in the QQQ. Something happened. Who knows? It's something. Let me look at let me see if I can find something else here. Hold on. What a move, though. Looking at the global news. Who knows? Yeah, really rare. I mean, it's possible. This isn't a big enough candle to where it's impossible for it to be technical, but it's less likely that a big move like this is technical. Now, it's still possible, though, but it's just less likely. We'll have to wait and see. Do I have a black eye? My eye kind of hurts. Man, I hope I don't. Maybe. We'll see. We got this big support level we're over. I'm going to short now again and see if I can catch this. Actually, yeah, I'm going to wait till we bounce back up, and I'm going to short into this pop. This is a challenge account, so we're going to take risks we wouldn't normally take, just to clarify. We got to get this one up at a couple $100, so we're taking risks we normally wouldn't take in it. There's Tesla coming back down some to 256. Yeah, no, that's what I said, Gary. I said it's possible it's technical. I say it's less likely, though. Anytime there's a big move, it's usually not some big technical move. Usually technicals don't have, like, huge spikes and rips and dips and stuff like that. Usually technical moves are much more slow and methodical versus fundamental catalyst releases that are much more profound and just big. So we didn't get some good fills here, even though we were up a lot. We'll do the same concept here. If we bounce back up, we'll short. I'm gonna get out now. So we made a little bit of money on this trade. The reason I'm getting out, look at Nvidia spike up a little bit here. So we're gonna get out there. I don't want to get caught in the rise from Nvidia. It might go. We have this big resistance level that we've been trading off of, but Nvidia just broke highs of the day just now. So Nvidia just popped over highs of the day, and so I'm not trying to really mess with that with Nvidia breaking highs of the day here. We'll see what happens though. Hey, what's up, David? All right. Yeah, so we're sideways. It's still pretty early to trade markets, and so it's not something where we can like put too much weight on it. So the rejection worked. Maybe we should have stayed in it. Technicals aren't emotional. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's less traders trading each individual technical catalyst. And so you might have a good moving average crossover, whatever it is, but you got less people watching for it, and you got more people watching for fundamental catalysts and news. And that's why fundamental catalysts and news have more volume generally. Like if you see a big volume spike, it's usually not technically driven. It's usually unless you have like a really big trader making some news, it's usually almost always it makes perfect, like it's sensical, you know. Because if CPI happens, a lot of traders are watching it and basing their trades around specifically CPI. With technicals, it's less consolidated volume in each individual move, and it's much more variance and strategy. Like some people trade breakouts, some people trade breakdowns, some people short breaks of highs, some people long breaks of highs, some people do all these different things, and so it's just harder to gauge. Look at that resistance level hold. I hope I don't have a black eye again, man. I could kind of feel it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Frost. I feel good. You know. Alright, so we got a big bounce back here. Alright, so we're going to try to short this maybe. It depends on what Tesla does though. Alright, we're going to enter one or two. And again, this is a challenge account, so you know, you get a lot of people that just try to say I told you so after every trade, regardless of which way the market goes. They're going to be like, ah, see, you shouldn't have taken that trade. I took it and made this much or whatever it is. But with these type of accounts, you just got to take risks. You know, I'm okay with risking the account. Like we're already funded in one. We're about to get funded in another. I just have to make sure to recognize if I'm down. We're already up a lot in this account on the day already, so we have a cushion in this one so far. I just want to see if we can. One more good push should bring us pretty close. Now we're still gonna have to take, based off of the requirements per day of profit on Top Step, we're gonna have to wait at least one more day to take this one. And I'm shorting into this big resistance level, so if we break it, I can just get out. So if we end up ripping over this resistance level, I can just get out and be okay with it. Well, we're probably about flat on the day of this account. We already made a couple hundred. The problem is Tesla's still going up more. Well, we're going to cut at least some of this here. Not what you want to see, but that's all right. We'll get out. We'll wait. And then I'm going to switch to the other one we have. The other one we have is very close. I'm trying to make sure it's the right one. Yeah, the other one we have is $800 away from getting funded. So just 800 bucks. And so we will try to take that one. So this is the one that's $800 away. I'll wait. Wait, what happened? Does it not let me? Wait, did it let me trade 2 accounts at a time? That's not cool. Basically, it'll only let me trade 2 accounts at a time. It's alright. Tesla got wild. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for next week, man. This is the last. Like, we got some stuff going on. Like, we got durable good orders in a few minutes. But the last 2 weeks, I don't know why they organized it like they did. But the market heats up next week, especially for my channel. You know, so like my channel wise, we're gonna cover a lot of stuff. It really is one of the busiest weeks. The only day that we don't have a bunch of stuff going on is Monday. Monday's kind of boring. But regardless of all that, we still got a bunch of stuff to cover next week. Jolts, we got the Jolts report, we got Case-Shiller house price index, we got CB consumer confidence data, we've got European GDP data, we got NBA 30-year mortgage rate data, we've got ADP non-farm employment, we got GDP data, we got ISM manufacturing PMI data. We've got European CPI, we got PCE data, we got jobless claims, we have non-farm payrolls, we have unemployment, we have Microsoft earnings, Apple earnings, Amazon earnings, Meta earnings, Google earnings, AMD earnings, Snapchat earnings, and almost every big stock you can think of outside of like Nvidia has earnings next week specifically. So it's going to be a really busy week. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know if you guys think tomorrow is going to be bullish or next week is going to be bullish or bearish, because it really is a super busy week, a super busy week. So this should let me launch Top Step X, unless I'm using a browser. Like, I'm getting this weird glitch today. See, we wanted to short this, but if I try to log in here, it's the same browser. It's gonna disconnect me up here for some reason. I don't know why. See, look, like, that's so strange, man. Huh. I guess, like, let me see. So maybe it'll only let me open up tabs here. If I could duplicate this here and log in here. Okay, I see. No? Okay, yeah. So apparently, like, it'll only let me do it. No, see, it'll like, I can't open it up in 2 tabs anymore, which is strange. Usually it lets me do that. And see, it might, yeah, it disconnects me here. That's very odd. So again, you can only have 1 tab open right now on Top Step X. Interesting. Yeah, y'all be sure to go check out Beach Bum's live stream this weekend. Y'all give that man a subscribe. See, our big resistance level that we were shorting into is absolutely correct. All right, we're gonna buy this now. We're trying to get funded. We need to make about $800 in profit. $800 to $900 in profit. And so if we can get up to where we only need about 400, we'll scale down to micro contracts here. All right, so we're in 3 contracts here. We're up some 70. We'll lock it in. We didn't really get a good fill there, though, unfortunately. And we are day trading on Top Step X right now. Top Step X, the biggest edge in funding. If you want to learn to day trade, do not risk your own money. Do not risk thousands of dollars. Like, it makes no sense. You're not going to be some outlier, savant, prodigy day trader. Doesn't matter whose course you take. I'm just telling you, it's not going to happen. Like, the easier way to learn how to day trade is to try a funded account program. You're still risking something, but you're not risking, like, your own thousands and thousands of dollars. Because most day traders lose, and if you think you're going to be different, you're probably going to lose more because you're going to have unreasonable expectations for it. What these funded account programs allow you to do, especially if you're a new trader, is they allow you to get started for less. They give you a demo. They test your skill with a demo account first. If you pass the test, then they fund you. If you fail, you only lose the monthly subscription, which if you pay for real-time data outside of this, it's going to cost about the same as the monthly subscription. So the value is certainly there for this. You're still risking something. You're just not risking thousands of dollars trying to fund your own account and probably losing it like almost all day traders do. Top Step's the most legit in the world. They've paid out over $100 million to their traders. They fund thousands and thousands of traders. They paid out over $100 million. Great way to learn how to day trade. And in the futures market, you can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, currencies. You know, a lot of good stuff in the futures market if you want to check it out. Understand CFTC 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. Not an investment professional. I do trade off stream. You're not going to see all my trades, chat. Yeah, I just try to be honest. Understand CFTC 4.41. And if you want to check them out, here's the link. Appreciate the love. We are slightly green on this little run of trades. You know, we're trying to play this range between this big resistance level and where we're currently at now. But we built up a cushion already of about $50 or so. We'll see if we can. We'll probably let this one work about $50. And if it goes up, great. Tesla's starting to head up. We'll add a little bit more to this as Tesla, but Nvidia simultaneously is moving down, so I do have to be kind of weary about that as well. We're flat. It's 2,000. All right, so now we're flushing down. So we ended up losing here, but we lost less than we could have. We lost like $50. And again, Nvidia just more influential than Tesla. Tesla rising up So we had some really good trades this morning. The last couple trades have been really strange. They're not strange. If you look at Nvidia, Nvidia broke down a lot. It's now pulling up to the VWAP. I still think we might actually bounce here, but we're gonna wait and probably just chill until we get a little bit closer to the opening bell, so we can maybe have the best chance of doing it. And then we also have an actual funded account we're gonna trade on today as well, chat. So stick around. Durable good orders in 30 minutes or so. Let's put a timer up. It's not the biggest report, but we got that and University of. See, we would have made money. Ugh. Been getting scared out a little bit too early. Durable good orders dropping in 26.5 minutes, chat. So we'll put this up on screen. Look at that. I would have made money on that trade too, unfortunately. SoFi making a move. We're at 1130s. Yeah, SoFi up big. It made a nice little run the last couple days. Yesterday specifically, it went all the way up from like $10, really. $10 a week ago all the way to 1130s where it's at now, so over 10% gains. Big moves. Yeah, we should have stayed in that trade. Unfortunately, we would have made money. It hurts to see. We would have made money on it too. It's all right. Apple stock is downgraded. There's a big fear about the iPhone 16. Apple shares fallen after record highs. KeyBank analyst sees a chance for further fall if consumers opt for cut price models instead of the priciest smartphone. Spirit Airlines stock spikes after the budget airline says it will lay off staff and sell jets, so better margins potentially for them. Mercedes is going to step up cost cuts after earnings. Earnings halved in the third quarter by Mercedes. It hit by tepid demand and fierce competition overseas. So Meta CEO Mark Z dismisses a lot of workers making over six figures. I saw news on this. So he laid off, he fired some employees basically for what he says is taking advantage of the company food delivery service. So essentially this is what I already read about this a long time ago. But what he said was that like employees had this employee benefit where they had, I think it was like a $25 credit towards delivery food, you know. So like if they couldn't get something to eat or they didn't have an opportunity to eat or something while they're working, they could use this $25 credit and then basically get like delivered food to them for almost free, basically. So in theory, to make them more productive, I'm assuming is why they did this. Well, apparently some employees were using it for other stuff. Like I know one guy who ended up going on record afterwards, I think he went on record, said that he bought a toothbrush with it. Others said they brought like deodorant and some other stuff. You know, and they had that type of stuff delivered to them instead of food. You know, I think they're kind of making a mountain out of a molehill here. I think it's completely, you know, I'm not saying it's right for them to buy toothbrush stuff with it or anything like that. But I think in the employee's mind, they didn't want to waste it, right? So if they're not getting food or if they don't need food with it and they have this employee benefit, they're trying to use it when they can. And so they're using it on whatever they can think of to use it on instead of just wasting it in their mind. And that's probably why they did what they did. I don't think they were specifically trying to rip the company off. I think they just saw it as the company was taking care of them and they didn't want to let that go to waste, right? But regardless, Mark Z ended up firing like a handful of employees from this specific thing. And yeah, so they had a $25 meal voucher system to buy non-food items. Or for exploiting the company's $25 meal voucher system, they bought non-food items such as toothpaste, laundry detergent, even wine glasses. I mean, wine is food, you know, technically. Look at this big rip here, guys. Tesla, Nvidia, powering up here, powering up. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, realistically, if they get fired, they might be able to get unemployment assistance versus if they quit, you know, or whatever, then it's different. So who knows? I don't know the specific rules there, but look at this big rip. Market's up. Yeah, yeah, they got caught. They got. You know, well, it's their call. It's their fault. Oh man! All right, guys. Look at this huge rip. I'm going to start to short this. It's up a little bit too much short term for me. So we're going to take a large short here, 4 contracts. And see if we can ride the falling knife down. Maybe we'll take 5. All right, we're flat. Just give us a little breakdown. One little breakdown we can capitalize on and we're happy with it. All right, we're green. Just a little bit more. Come on, stock. Come on, NASDAQ. Break down one time. It might feel good. Do it now. Just don't go up more. All right. I'm going to have to unload at least a little bit of this. It's too big for position. 4 contracts of regular NASDAQ is large. I think it's fair. All right, so we cut out there, break even. We only got 3 contracts now, a little bit safer. I got to try to be looser on these big positions here, but there we go. Lock in more. Took some more off. So we're up some here. We'll hold the 1 contract left. I don't think I'm managing the trade correctly, though. I think I probably could do a lot of things better. All right, so we're up. We're going to add to this. There we go. All right, so I did this one thing right. Boom. Huge breakdown. We covered it some already, so we're up a few hundred now. Fall a little bit more, please. There we go. Out. All right. So we ended up making a couple $100 or a little, like, we ended up making like $170 there. We'll take it. Shorting the top, we caught the big breakdown. Let's smash the like button. John's out here providing great content. Oh, yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. Feel like I'm at a luxury hotel with this music. Yeah, just don't make sure to, just make sure not to overspend on your food voucher, you know, if you're a Meta employee, guys. Bad news for Meta. I don't know if it's bad news. Honestly, layoffs can make the stock go up a lot of the time. Where is Meta at now? So here's Meta. Meta's actually up a little bit on this report, believe it or not. I don't know. I saw this report a few days ago, though. So this report didn't just come out. You know, and I think, like, you know, who knows why Mark ended up doing this. But I think one thing that you got to understand is that it's all about public perception. Okay, one thing that stocks and boards and everybody generally likes is cost savings, cost cutting efforts. And so, you know, if Meta puts out the perception that they're being much more assertive in terms of cutting costs, that's a good thing for stock price a lot of the time. Yeah, I mean, what you learn over time is that some people's decision making is just not good, right? Like some people's decision making, like a lot of people seem to struggle with like deep thought. And that's the nicest way I can put it. Like, people's decisions make some people's decision making is just not good. It's just generally not good. And I think it's really easy for people to be oblivious about certain things, to be overconfident in certain areas. And of course, I've felt, I've done this too. Everybody has, but I don't know. Like, I see a lot of people I grew up with, right? And this is something that I genuinely see. I see a lot of people I grew up with, and like, doing drugs will do some. Like, some of them have obviously like been doing that stuff, right? And like, one of the things it does is that it stops you from growing up. Like, an example of this is like rap music, right? Like, I grew up in Louisiana, right? Like a rap hub. It really is. It's like a music, like, rap hub. Like, there's a lot of rappers, a lot of music. New Orleans is big with it. Like, and again, so I'm like a rap nerd myself, growing up around that all the time. But what's cool today is not what was cool when I was like in my early 20s or teenage years. When I was like 20, something was cool then. It's not cool today, right? But I see these people that have been using essentially for a decade plus now, and they're still behaving in the same way that they behaved in their early 20s in like 2009. They're still dressing the same, they're acting the same. Some of them are like trying to rap and stuff, and it's like, bro, like, y'all are almost 40. Like, you're not cool anymore, dude. I'm just telling you, like, it's not gonna work like that. Like, you're not cool anymore. What was cool for us is not cool anymore. Young people are different now, and so you gotta look at life objectively there. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I just see a lot of people I grew up with. They just get they kind of stagnate in that way, where they just never grow up. Honestly, I think having kids has a lot to do with it. Having kids will make you reassess your life and do what's important. And I think some people just struggle with it. I feel for them. I really do. I still like old rap. Like, you throw on some Young Bleed, I'm gonna listen to it. But there's a difference between that and like thinking I'm cool because that's the big difference. Is like, I'm not gonna act that way and think I'm cool anymore. Like, I had my time when I was cool. I'm not that cool anymore, And I think as you get older, you gotta accept that. Young people are different. I got a 15-year-old daughter. I am not cool. I promise. What kind of impact? I don't know, man. Frostbite, that sounds terrible. So, judgments. I'm not judging. I'm telling people, like, people's decision making is generally not good. And I think sometimes using drugs affects it and like affects how people, And I think that's a hard thing for some people to accept. Like, look, you're old, you're not cool anymore, I'm not cool anymore. I gotta accept it too. And regardless of what everybody says, everybody's judgmental. Everybody judges other people. That's life. That's normal. I judge people. You judge people. Freaking everybody in this room judges people. That's human nature. It's unconscious. It's not. It's subconscious or not intentional a lot of the time. I like Cypress Hill. Listen, I like Young Bleed. I like Master P. I like Lil Boosie and Webby. I like Lil Wayne. I like J. Cole a little bit. He's still kind of cool, I guess. I grew up with like Young Jeezy. Shout out to Young Jeezy. But nowadays, I don't even know who's cool nowadays. Nowadays, it's like, and I'm from Louisiana, so I'm gonna go to that. I know like NBA YoungBoy was cool for a time. I don't think he's cool anymore. I don't even know who's cool anymore. I really don't. I don't have the time to pay attention to it. Talking about Young, you think Ilya gets done tomorrow against Max? I hope Max gets him somehow, bro, but I'm not confident in it. My mind's telling me no, but I hope Max knocks him out. I really do. I hope Max gets it done. I don't think he will. I think Ilya looks good, and I think Ilya has got some really strong power. He's got some hands, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, money's cool. I agree. As I get older, money's the coolest thing, Ugh. Yeah, because in the end, I just usually just kind of feel bad for those guys that are like still, you know, some of them just don't. And I see some of them complaining about like not being able to, you know, I don't know. It's all right. I feel for them, you know. Hey, thank you so much, Jeffrey, for the donation. Is New Kids on the Block still cool? Kind of, I think, right? Like, I think the boy band thing is coming back. I saw a boy band video not that long ago about, like, a new boy band that was out there. So I think it's kind of coming back a little bit. Everything's cyclical is what you see in style. Like, style really is cyclical. Like, bell bottoms were cool in the 60s and 70s. You know, eventually they went away. They came back in the 90s. In early 2000s, and then they went away again. And same thing with like baggy pants. Baggy pants were really cool in the 90s when I was growing up, and then they went away in the early 2000s to more like tight pants. And then, you know, now baggy pants are cool again, bowl cuts are cool again, mullets are cool again. And so everything's cyclical in that way. Young people now, like my daughter's 15, they dress like we dressed. They dress of a mix of like the 80s and 90s, right? They got the short shorts like it's the 80s, but they also have the baggy pants like it's the 90s. And so it's all cyclical, really. Yeah, being cool is no longer important to anyone. Really, I would say 35 plus. All right. Personally, I think Max is still in his prime. What I worry about is his chin going. Max's chin, I don't know how long that thing's going to last, bro. I don't know how long Max's chin's going to last. Somebody just yelled. All right, they're playing over there. They're doing their play laughs. So that's good. All right, so I don't know if I should buy this or not. We've dropped enough. I guess I'm going to buy it. I think it's almost too obvious of a strategy, though. Like, we're pulling back to a major support level. We've dipped a little bit after a big, strong move up. We are trading with the trend right now, and I think that's good. But we'll see if it holds. Durable goods is really not that important, in all honesty. Yeah, I like Max, and I want to see Max win for sure, right? Like, I like Max. I definitely, if I'm rooting for one person, I usually just want to see a good fight. But if I want Max to win for sure. But if Ilya wins, I'm not gonna be too upset. I think I'm just gonna feel a little bad for Max because like he's just so good. I'd be sad to see that era of Max Holloway go away, to be honest. All right, so we're bouncing back up here. We just need to hold enough for me to get out some of this. All right, we're trying, but this... We got 8 minutes until durable good orders comes out. I got Max just because how he did Arnold Allen. Yeah, but Ilya has the BJJ too. For sure, you know, Arnold Allen's good, but Ilya's got the jits to, you know. So Ilya can win on the feet and taking him down. I don't think Max can win on the ground, personally. Even though I don't think Max is bad at BJJ. All right, so we finally got a nice move. There we go. All right, we're going to hold one contract. We might add a little bit to it, too. Yeah, we'll add a little bit to it. We'll lock that in. Cut the rest here. We were correct about the bounce too. I'm not trying to hold a long position because we have 7 minutes left. Chat, so we got 7 minutes left. So these are futures contracts, so these are futures contracts, and so futures contracts are a little different. They call them contracts because they expire, right? So these contracts expire quarterly. So you have to switch to the more volatile, more voluminous contract quarterly. That is. Outside of that, it's very similar to day trading stocks. It's not like options at all. It's just very similar to. I want to buy this wick. I'll wait. Actually, Tesla's starting to fall. Nvidia's falling down too. Or no, that's not Nvidia. That's Meta. Here's Nvidia. Durable good order is kind of important, not super important though, to be completely real. We're gonna throw it in sub only mode. Listen, chat. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. What's the most important company in the world? Nvidia, I would say, is probably the most important right now. It's the one that leads markets and influences markets over everything else. So that's what I would say is probably, like, it's one of the most important for sure. I would give it like Apple, Nvidia, top 2 companies right now. Yeah, all good. Will Connor ever come back? I think he will. This is what I genuinely think, though. I think Connor has a big stake in bare knuckle fight in BKFC, and so I think he is kind of like subtly transitioning to support them over the UFC because he owns a stake in bare knuckle, and so I think Connor he might do it to get out of his contract and then fight for BKFC, or he might try to leverage his sway over fights to allow the UFC to let him fight in BKFC, if that makes sense, right? So I think it's gonna look something like that. If he waits too long, I think it's 60-40 chance Connor comes back eventually. Who knows when? Yeah. That wasn't a question, it was a statement. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about Nvidia. Yeah, if he's got 2 fights left, he's probably going to finish those 2 and then go to BKFC and use that to grow the organization there. All right, chat, we got 4 minutes left before durable goods. Again, I don't know how much this is going to move stuff, but we're going to watch it and see. Again, durable goods expected at minus 1.1%, minus 1.1%, minus 1.1% expectations. Yeah, people have this misconception about Conor. Like, if you hate Conor McGregor, genuinely, you have been misled into doing that. Like, you've been led into doing that. Like, that's what Conor wanted this whole time, is for you to do that. And so it depends on how susceptible you are to that type of, like, influence over marketing, right? Because Conor is just a big marketing machine, right? He wants you to dislike him, because if you dislike him, you'll tune in. He's intentionally playing the heel. You know, when people make fun of him and they criticize him, everything is meant to build up the fights, right? He wants you to hate him. Like, that's precisely what he freaking wants. And, like, the really smart people can recognize that and see that and be like, hey, he's playing the game the right way. And he's the wealthiest UFC fighter in the world. People that are more susceptible to that type of stuff are the ones that get kind of emotional and genuinely hate him and stuff like that. But he's just smart, man. He's just smart. He knows what gets views. He knows what gets buys, pay-per-view buys, and he does whatever he's got to do to get those buys. And it's smart. That's what, you know, that's the smart way to do it, you know. And so. All right, chat. We got 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. We got about 600 people watching. Let's see what happens here. No, he's promoting himself, though, Roddy, is what it is. So he might not be fighting anytime soon, but he's promoting himself, right? Like, it's a brand. Like, he is a brand. And when he makes people hate him, that he's building his brand, right? Like, that's what he wants. He wants you to hate him. Because if you hate him, you buy the pay-per-view to see him get KO'd. If you like him, you buy the pay-per-view to see him KO somebody, right? Regardless of either way, you're buying it, and that's what he wants. He understands that buyers or supporters are not the only ones that buy pay-per-view cards. People who want to see you lose buy them as well. And so he's getting both sides instead of just one. And that's the smart way to do it, and that's why he's so valuable UFC-wise. Anyways, we got this kind of bull flag looking thing on the NASDAQ here. Durable good orders drops in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh, he's just getting old, and he's super wealthy now. He's got over 100 million. Hey, look, I got economic data dropping right now, dude. What is that? Is that a banana? I'm getting held up for a banana, guys. I'm sorry, Jack. Yeah. Love you, buddy. You look cool, man. All right, guys. Durable good orders dropping in a minute and a half. We'll see what happens. Here's a marketing machine. 100%. Yeah. Hey, look. All right, guys. So, yeah, durable good orders dropping today. We got minus 1.1% expected. Minus 1.1% expected for durable goods month to month. Yeah, Carol just tried to show up here. I told him they're going to have to wait 3 minutes because we got economic data dropping in 30 seconds, bro. Literally the worst timing you could ever have. I love my wife. And she's a good wife. She really is. But come on now. She knows 8:30 is when economic data comes out. Anyways, minus 1.1% is what's expected. I don't know how much this is going to move markets. I really don't. Definitely top 3 worst timing on YouTube ever in the world right now. Yeah, Tesla flying up. Here we go, guys. Here's the report. My timer's a little bit early. We still have about 20 seconds left. We still got about 20 seconds left. Again, durable good orders expected at minus 1.1%. Minus 1.1%. Let's do this. All right, here we go. 5 seconds. And here's the report. Minus 1.1%. Minus 0.8%. Durable good quarters came in at minus 0.8%. So more positive than expected. Less negative than expected. More positive than expected. I don't know if this is going to move markets. Market is actually reacting somewhat negative to this event. But core durable goods actually came in positive versus a negative expectations at 0.4% gain versus a negative expectation. Regular durable goods month over month for September came in at minus 0.8 versus minus 1.1% expected here, chat. So here is the report here. Again, this was better than expected, at least in terms of economic growth and stuff. But the market's actually reacting negatively to this. Look at Nvidia go down. Look at the NASDAQ drop with us. So here's durable good orders right here, chat. So there's durable good orders. Again, though, if you haven't already, check out TopStep. TopStep funds traders. They give them a demo. They test their skill with the demo first. If they pass the test, they fund them. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for it. We've been day trading all morning on TopStep X. Great way to learn how to day trade. And if you're learning to day trade, do not risk your own money. Do not risk thousands of dollars of your own money. At least try a funded account program. They give you a demo. They test your skill with it. In the futures market, you can day trade with no PDT rule. The S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, gold, currencies, a bunch of other commodities and stuff. If you day trade index funds in futures, the patterns are super similar to stock patterns, stock day trading patterns. There's no PDT rule in these funded account programs. Limit your risk. The base one monthly subscription is $49 a month. If you lose, you're out $50. It's not the end of the world. If you pass it, you get a $50K funded account with a 90% split, and they've paid out over $100 million to their traders. Great way to learn how to day trade. You still have some pressure, not the full extent of risking your own money, thousands of dollars at least of your own money. And if you want to check them out, they are an affiliate. I'm biased. They pay me money. But great way to learn how to day trade, and something I genuinely believe in and think is good for traders because it just saves. Most day traders lose. Almost all new day traders lose. And so you can either lose thousands of your own money, or you can risk $50 and lose that. It's not the end of the world. Anyways, guys, so far we ended up bouncing back up some here. We ended up bouncing back up. We'll see if we hold. Chat, we'll see if we hold. Look at this big bounce up. See, we are getting some bounces here from this durable good orders report. So we are about to back up. All right, guys. Let me know. Did you guys? Do you guys think next week will be bullish or bearish? Next week we got so much stuff going on. So much stuff going on. Do you think next week will be bullish or bearish? Where's your mom? All right. Answer in chat, guys. Will next week be bullish or bearish? My son says bearish. What do you guys think? All right, guys. Here, baby, watch. Here, just don't undo the cords. All right. I love you guys. All right. I love you guys too, chat. Anyways, we're back here. Bullish, very bullish, bearish. Stock market was starting to go up. Bearish till the election, maybe. Bullish AF. Yeah, again, I'm guessing we're going to have bullish action. Why am I guessing we're going to have bullish action? Because we're leading into, yeah, that's my guess. I don't know for sure. I'm trying to see where I'm at profit-wise in this account here. Okay, so yeah, we're very close to getting funded in this account. Very, very close. We'll see if we ended up actually like holding, but we're very close to getting funded. We actually just bought something here, up 120 bucks. We're gonna take half of that off. And again, this is Top Step right here. This is we're trying to get funded in this account. We're already funded in another one. Look at that, $60 in gains. I'm gonna add to this here. Look at that, 85. We're gonna take profit off, lock it in. Now we're up 20. We're gonna go ahead and cut that here. So we just made at least a few $100. We should be about $500 away now. Yeah, we're $570 away. So we're very, 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 very close. We got into a good little string of trades, but again, we're already funded on one. Again, the big thing about Top Step X, the reason you want to use Top Step, and specifically if you sign up Top Step X, is because there's 0 commissions, which is the single biggest edge in funding, in my opinion, right now. 0 commissions. We already posted the durable goods data. As soon as 8:30 dropped, we posted the durable goods data. It showed up here. Where did I post it? Here it is. It showed up at minus 1.1%. Core durable goods showed up at 0.4% positive versus minus 0.1% expected. So both of them showed up better than expected, and I think that's one of the reasons, at least, that we're getting these move up in markets. I don't think these are super influential reports, but they're relevant enough to cause bullish, some short-term bullish action. We also have University of Michigan consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. 100%, and that'll be interesting too. We'll see what we get. All right, so a huge pop back up. We're almost at 20,500, 20.5K. Yeah, well, the University of Michigan report is good. So I met my daughter's little boyfriend for the first time yesterday. Honestly, people keep comparing him to me, right? He's got a deep voice, which is good. Strong, deep voice, nice. Seems like a good kid. Really seems to be nice to her. And so that's good. Not that I'm like, I support them. They just better make good decisions, right? Like, that's my big thing. It's like a dad. you got to make good decisions. I'm young enough still as a parent to a 15-year-old that I remember being 15, you know. So they just better make good decisions. Market's bouncing up a little bit here. So market's bouncing up. We are at 20.46. You know, a lot of their parents are like in their 40s. I'm in my 30s still. I'm young enough to know how it goes. And so yeah, well, the report came in positive, David. I mean, again, I don't know if this report is, well, I mean, to me, he is little, you know, both in size and age. He's little, he's young, you know. He seems like a good kid, smart kid, you know. He plays football for the, you know, school. Like, he just seems like a nice kid, you know. He's always been respectful and nice, you know. Yeah, so it begins. I'm kind of secretly stressing about it, but it's all right. Honestly, my daughter's a good kid, though. She really is. Like, I'm not saying my son's not a good kid, but my daughter is, like, genuinely kind, genuinely empathetic. Usually calm in good decisions. Does well at school, you know. Behavior-wise has been pretty good, you know. I'm not saying she never argues with me or like causes problems, because I mean I think daughters are gonna argue, and I think kids are gonna argue, not even just daughters. I think kids in general are gonna argue with their parents. And as a parent, I try to be. I know I'm not perfect, but like if I feel like I overreact to something and like I raise my voice too much or I yell too much or whatever, I always go to the kids and I apologize and say, hey, look, I shouldn't have yelled. I'm sorry if I did. And I think they appreciate that, and they understand, like, I'm not trying to be toxic. I'm, you know, like, as parents, you do some things good and some things bad. And I think the job you do as a parent dictates how balanced your kids are when you get older. It's kind of nature versus nurture, I guess. Anyways, Tesla still at 257. It's not quite up to 260s yet, but it's getting closer to 260s. Prior to the Robotaxi event, Tesla was all the way up, and it hit 260s yesterday. Prior to the Tesla Robotaxi event, this thing got all the way up to... I'm trying to see how high Tesla went. I know it got to the 260s. It got to 265. So the recent high is 265 for Tesla. So like that's the big milestone specific level that I'm talking about, is 265. So right here is probably the big level I want to see. Right here. That level is the level I'm watching for Tesla. Maybe a little bit lower. Yeah, like right around there, 265. That's the big level. Look at the NASDAQ about to break highs again. Yeah, look at the NASDAQ about to break highs. Up to 471s on the NASDAQ. Weird strings. What are you talking about? Oldest is usually more responsible and mature, especially girls. I'm a younger brother, so I understand that for sure. I definitely was not the responsible one growing up. But it's all right. Like, again, I think the in terms of statistics, the older sibling is usually more balanced, better decision making in some ways, better career prospects, stuff like that. The younger sibling is usually a little bit more creative, more outside the box thinking, and so sometimes, like, statistically, the older sibling's usually going to do better, the younger sibling's usually going to do worse. But there's outliers with the younger sibling, because the younger sibling generally is able to think outside the box a little bit more, be a little bit more creative, and in turn you have outliers that do really, really, really well relative to their other siblings, right? So that's kind of the statistics behind, you know, sibling order, if that makes sense. I've read a couple books about it. It's interesting. And obviously there's always outliers, and so I'm sure we're gonna have some people be like, nah, I'm the older sibling and I did bad, or I'm the younger sibling and I did good. There's always outliers to anything. This is just a generalization. All right, guys, we're testing the high of the day here. We'll see if we hold. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, low. No. People are just people, though. Everybody's different. There's always outliers. Like, don't let it put you in a box, and yeah. You can do whatever you want, you know. Yeah, honestly, that's my daughter. My daughter was the nicest, sweetest kid ever. Always listened. Never really got super defiant or argumentative, really, when she was young. My son is a completely different thing, you know. We got my son tested, like I said, super high IQ, defiant, bad impulse control, you know. I love him. He's my only son, you know, and I love him. But he could be a jerk sometimes. But really smart guy, honestly. Too smart for his own good, really. But yeah. With that, school has been a struggle. He scored really high on standardized tests, but his schooling, it's hard for him to sit still and do stuff, you know. So, but if he's interested in something, he can excel at it, which is good, I guess. But yeah, kids, man. All right, so the Nasdaq just broke highs of the day at 475 or so. So the Nasdaq just broke high of the day on the NQ at 475. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, I mean, I play a little bit of everything. Like I play drums and guitar mostly, you know. So I could play both okay. I'm not saying I'm good at any of them, but like I can play some stuff on a guitar and I can play some stuff on drums as well. My daughter can play the guitar, play a little bit of drums, and plays the clarinet. My son plays drums, and he also plays what's the little mini tuba? I can't think of what it's called. It's a really obscure name, and it's an obscure instrument, but it's a mini tuba, whatever those are called. Xylophone, something. Somebody will tell me. Did he get that from his mom or dad? Well, I'm like a carbon copy of my son, especially when I was younger. My wife doesn't understand, and I just try to tell her, like, look, I was exactly like my son Jack when I was young, right? Super hard for me to focus, bad impulse control, struggled socially a lot, you know. People thought I was weird and obsessive, and I was to a certain extent in hindsight. But I'm still more introverted in nature, but it's hard to explain. Like, I can be extroverted, which is why I'm in front of 540 people right now. But if my preference is not extroversion, it's to be introverted and get away from people. My preference is not to be around people, I should say. I don't think you can choose your you know, type there, but my preference is to not be around people. If I get in front of, like, when I would go to parties as a teenager, just the sheer amount of people would make me really uncomfortable. Like, I remember that. And so it's a good thing I can't see you guys right now, because I probably wouldn't be able to do this if I could. Anyways, Nasdaq's still pumping up. It's almost at 480s. Yeah, it's a euphonium, I think is what it's called. I feel like it has an X in the name, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me see. Yeah, it's a euphonium. That's what it is. So you think I look like Sam Darnold or Darnold? I've had a lot of people say, like, I've had a bunch of good ones and bad ones. I've had Forrest Griffin when he was young. I'm just going to add the young part. So I've had Forrest Griffin when he was young. I've had people say I look like him. I've had, here's Forrest. I've had Paul Felder, the Irish Dragon. And I am Irish in English, right? Like, my genetics are... My last name's London, London, so I am English for sure, and I'm definitely some Irish as well. My beard's red, you know. You can't see it on stream, but Yeah, I've had Paul Felder. Yeah, so I've had a couple different ones. Apparently, I look like everybody. Jim Miller? Nah, I've never heard that one before. Why do I look like a UFC fighter, though? Honestly, I'm about to have the cauliflower ear to go for. My ears actually have been getting cauliflower. I had to drain my ears. This ear specifically kind of like got big. Y'all can't really see it now, but like this ear specifically, if you kind of see this area right here is kind of extending past the lobe here, right here. So I had to basically drain it. You can also see it swollen up here right now if I push on it. So yeah, not good. My wife definitely does not want me to get cauliflower ear as well. She does not want me to have that. And so I just got to do my best. I train too much, really. Again, I'm ADHD. When I get interested in something, I kind of hyper focus on it, and that's a problem because I've trained too much now at this point in time. Fred Durst, huh? You should get a fitted red hat. Yeah. Cheddar Bob. Yeah, Sam, it wasn't me, dude. Yeah. All right, so we're bouncing up a little bit. I'm gonna short this now. One contract. We're gonna keep it very small. Again, if we can get to where we're at least less than $500 away, we'll scale down to micro contracts and play with those. Wow, gold. So the report dropped, 20 minutes ago. So you didn't just miss it. I mean, it came out a while back. Where's gold at? Gold now. Gold's sitting at 27.40, so gold did pop up. It's still red on the day, though. Gold's previous closing price was 27.48.80s, and so it's still a ways away. Another one, Philip. Oh man, so I'm down now. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that. So we just lost $100 or so, a little bit more. You don't love to see it. Yeah, I don't know who that is. You think I look like the Game of Thrones guy? I mean, I have green eyes, and so I guess that's the same. But I don't have red hair at all. My hair's brown. In some parts, it's like dirty brown or dirty blonde brown, but I had blonde hair as a kid. It just kind of, as I got older, it changed. I've showed these pictures before, but yeah, so I remember, look at my son's testing here, dude. My son got in. So this was my son's standardized testing. My son's name is also John, but in math, he got the 90th percentile. In reading, he got the 95th percentile. So he did great, honestly. Yeah, sorry. I got distracted there with that. Yeah, here's me as a kid. Which I look a lot like my son did when he was young, too. Look at that shirt. That's a 90s shirt, if I've ever seen one. Yeah, I'm proud of him, man. He did great. Smart kid, really. You know. But my hair changed, I guess, as I got older. All right, guys, so we're kind of hanging out. I want to get closer to the opening bell to day trade, but I haven't had the best discipline this morning so far. We'll see if we get there. All right. What's that noise? Did Abercrombie and Fitch start to fail? I heard somebody say like something happened negatively with them. 3 hours. Here's a 3-hour chart. Yeah, I was telling people they were too high up, but honestly, Abercrombie and Fitch has had such a ridiculous gain. I can't imagine it ever holds up here though. So like, but it's also too risky of a short as well. So I just don't touch it. I grew up in the Abercrombie age where everybody was wearing freaking Abercrombie in the early 2000s. The problem is that nobody freaking wears it anymore. If you go to any of their stores, nobody's ever in there. The clothes aren't even wearable for me. They're like mesh, like they're like see-through mesh t-shirts. Like look, I'm not judging. Wear whatever you want to wear, right? But I'm definitely not shopping there. And it looks, every time I go in there, there's never anybody else in there. So how the heck are they up? Like look at a weekly chart for Abercrombie and Fitch. Look at this thing. This company has gone up since 2023 started. In the last almost 2 years, this thing has gone up from $26 a share all the way to $200 a share. Like hundreds and hundreds of percent increase for Abercrombie and Fitch. And I don't understand it. I really don't. Hey, thank you so much for the dono, Jeffrey. Do you think Tesla will be higher or lower a week from now, a month from now? That's something that I really genuinely have no idea. I really genuinely do not know if Tesla's going to be higher or lower. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Always make your own assessment, trade responsibly. Do not copy me. I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm not liable if you lose money. With that said and out the way, I think my guess is it'll go up, but who knows? This is something where I don't think there's a high probability of guessing, right? I think we can guess, we can speculate, but I don't think there's much edge in doing so. So I think it'll go up just because I think they're going to start producing the next generation vehicles in the first half of next year and leading up to that. But there's a lot of variance there, specifically with what happens in November, you know, for the election, with the CEO getting so one-sided politically, that makes them incredibly vulnerable stock price wise. And so I think it's super variance heavy. There's not much edge, and a lot of it's going to depend on what happens next month. Yeah, I don't know about any of that milkshake, but before any of that was known, this thing went up crazy amounts. Who knows? I think gold might go green on the day here shortly. Yeah, gold's up. I mean, gold's green level, again, is right above where it's at now. So it's getting close. So here's gold. We'll put up gold futures just to take a look at it. Right, so gold highs, gold pre-market highs are right around 27.48. So the previous closing price is right here, specifically right here. So here is where it goes from red. It goes from red to green. Specifically exactly right here. So that is where gold goes from red to green, and this is where gold is now. So gold's been pushing up some. Spot prediction for next week, I have no idea. Next week is crazy, Max. So next week, again, we have JOLTS. every day is busy except for Monday for whatever reason, right? But I think we even have something Monday. Oh wait, do we have Chevron earnings? Or no. Okay. Yeah, so like next week. Wait. Is that today? Hold up. Okay, no, that's November 1st. Okay, yeah, so Monday we have On Semi, Royal Phillips, Centerpoint, Acadia, Bank of Maine, Bank of Hawaii in the morning. In the evening on Monday, we've got Ford, Waste Management, F5, and a couple other ones. So that's the biggest stuff that goes on Monday of next week. Mondays are usually the slowest days. Outside of that, starting on Tuesday, we've got the JOLTS report. We also have CB Consumer Confidence, and I believe we also have some other stuff too. Yeah, so we've got Tuesday, we've got the JOLTS report, the Case-Shiller, CB Consumer Confidence data, as well as like Tuesday earnings are big, right? So Tuesday next week, we have SoFi, PayPal, BP, McDonald's, Pfizer, Royal Caribbean, Crocs, JetBlue, American Tower Corp, and more in the morning. And then in the evening, it's the big boys, right? In the evening on Monday, we've got AMD, Google, Snapchat, Chipotle, Visa, First Solar, Reddit, Chubb, Electronic Arts, and more. Wednesday, economic data, we have the GDP report quarter over quarter. GDP expected to show up at 3% again. We also have the prelim payroll numbers next week at 8:15 on Tuesday or on Wednesday. Expected at 120K payrolls. And then Wednesday morning, we have Eli Lilly, Caterpillar, Humana, Trinity, and a couple other ones. But Wednesday evening, we have Meta, Microsoft, Coinbase, Robinhood, Nova, Etsy, Riot, Roku, Carvana, Starbucks, and more, DoorDash, eBay. We have even more coming out. So again, Thursday, we have European CPI number 1, but we also have PCE data, core PCE, jobless claims, Chicago PMI data, and then we also have, I think it's like Apple. Thursday morning, we have Uber, Peloton, Merck, MasterCard, Altria, Sirius, Estee Lauder, Norwegian Cruise, Roblox, Bristol Myers, Comcast, and more. And then Thursday evening, we got Amazon, Apple, Intel, and more. And then Friday, we have non-farm payrolls, unemployment. We also have something else on Friday too, right? Let me see. We got non-farm payrolls, unemployment, and then we have ISM manufacturing PMI, and then we have oil earnings with like Chevron, Fubo, Exxon. So just, it's going to be crazy next week, really. Like next week's going to be crazy. SoFi earnings on Tuesday will be big too, but we got so much other stuff Tuesday. So Monday's kind of slow, but every other day is packed. Yeah, Coinbase next week as well. Where's Coinbase at? I haven't looked at it in a minute. Coinbase at 2/10. I remember when Coinbase was struggling at $60 when Bitcoin was weak. Like a year and a half ago. It's now sitting well over 200. So looks good. All right, we got the University of Michigan consumer sentiment data now at 10. All right, guys, we're going to be day trading at the opening bell today. We got a little pullback here. We're really very close to getting funded here. I'm going to short into this bounce. There we go. You love to see it. Just locked in some. Add some more to it. Bad fill on the rest, but I think it retraced some too. We'll add some more back to this. got 3 contracts. You don't love to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut some of this. Yeah, we've got a bad little string of trades the last couple minutes. Let me see where we're at now. Okay, we still got, like, we got a path. I'm gonna switch the accounts and trade a different one right now. We'll play with this one, which we haven't traded on yet, I think, today. Wait. Yeah. Okay, so we'll trade on this one, which we haven't traded on today. Alright, so we're going to take a risk here. We got 4 contracts. Buying into this dip. Do you think a chump? I have no idea, Robert. So Honeywell stock is down on a downgrade. It's about the economy. They say shares fell Friday. It had a downgrade due to weakness in the manufacturing economy. Baird analyst Peter Arment cut his rating to a hold from a buy. His price target went to 217 from 223 a share. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to limit our size of some here. We're down 30 on it, but it's Friday. The market might be choppy. All right, so we're flat. We're up a little bit now. Wait, did we really get a bad fill on the rest? Okay, we're completely flat on our filled orders. Now we're green. You know what? I'm going to get out of this. I think I'm actually going to change directions here in short. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what gave me that intuition. I felt like it was going to trend instead of break. There we go. All right, so we're out. We're up a couple hundred on this now. I just felt like we were going to start dropping down. And look, there's the drop. I don't know why, but yeah, the Discord notification changed. They changed the sound on them now. We were right about it, so that's good. A little retracement. We're going to start taking a risk. Our job is to get really green in a position and then add to it like this. We got a nice little cushion that we can play with now. There we go. We'll hold 2 contracts in there. Just locked a nice little amount of profit in this. Take one more off. And we'll cut another piece. Let the rest ride. See if we can short. Again, I think it's going to trend more. So we'll get out the rest. What are we up on this one now? We are up 400 bucks. You love to see it. Up in actually every other account we have. So that's good. What's up, P? Nice charting. Congrats. Good trade. Looks like we actually got out right in time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really super used to trading gold, but I honestly had some good success on it. I'm going to go back to the NASDAQ now, though, I think, here. I'm going to start shorting the NASDAQ. We're a little bit too top range. We got a mini double top here. We got a big cushion in this account to the day. The goal is to make 1,500 on this one. 2 contracts, we'll add to it if we want. Play with the risk we have. So we've made $400 now. We can use that as our risk and take a big swing to see if we can get it back. If not, we can kind of go back down to trading 1 or 2 contracts max. But if we're correct, then we'll have a big win. 4 contracts. Not going to add any more to it. I think this is fine. Now we'll add more to it. We're already green. So. So we're up about 500 now. Again, the goal of this is to get, we'll add back to this too. The goal of this is to get to 1,500, so we got to take some big risks. There we go. All right, we'll keep the 3. Yeah, gold has some good moves. I didn't mind trading it just now. Here's the string of trades so far on this account. Look at that. We're waiting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this. We just got up too much. So we're still green on the day, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, we're still up hundreds, so that's nice. Yeah, it got bad little move there. Honestly, we were traced right back down too, but I'm more confident in the upward direction now, actually. So we're gonna take 3 contracts on the upside. There we go. Made a big chunk of it back already. Alright, so made a big chunk back already. We got a good cushion. Market went up on this report, fish. So it says the data negative or positive. So the market was, the data came in better than expected. They expected, or actually this report's actually not on the screen. I'm just not realizing this. My bad, guys. So this report did actually show the results. So the data ended up coming out at minus 0.8% versus minus 1.1% expected. So they ended up coming in better than expected here for sure. Again, they expected, here, this is the durable good orders. They expected essentially minus 1%. They should have been minus 0.8%, so slightly better. I'll put this data up right here. There you go. So you can actually see it. Why did you sell at the high? Yeah, I mean, I sold at the high because it's the top of the range. You know, like I would say most breakouts fail. You know, I think it's a rookie trader thing to do to try to attack high of the day breakouts like it's some powerful strategy. Again, that's usually some rookie trader thing. Like breakouts might happen 25% of the time at highs of the day. Most of the time stocks go like this. Right? Rookie traders will buy this high break thinking that it's going to break out and be some super exciting gamble. Experienced traders are generally taking profit at the top of the range, right? They're generally taking profit once it hits that top. And so, you know, it's really a rookie trader thing to target high of the day breakouts, you know, because like new traders end up learning how to day trade and they hear high of the day breakouts. And so they target high of the day breakouts. And a lot of the time that's like the only strategy they know. Oh, if it breaks highs, you know, buy it. But most of the time highs reject and trap you. You know, so like most experienced traders that have been around a while, they're taking profit at the top of the range, which is the high of the day. You know, so like even if we break the high of the day, most people start unloading their shares there and selling. And so just because we get an actual breakout here at the high of the day doesn't mean it's like some big edge trade. Like most of the time, high of the day breakouts fail. And you can kind of see that reflected here as well. Like look at this. So here's a high of the day breakout right here. What happened? It rejected, you know, and you'll see this over and over again. So if 1 out of 4 works, I don't think it's super edge driven. And so just don't fall into that rookie trader trap of thinking like high of the day breakouts are some powerful strategy, bro. You know how many people know about high of the day breakouts? Like they're just something that, again, no offense, but like rookie traders end up doing. I'm not judging. Do whatever you want to do. I think experienced traders attack trends and ranges. You know. No poll. Let me do one. I got you guys. Will next recap bullish or bearish? With all the major reports next week, will markets stay bullish or turn bearish? Vote on the poll. Let me know how you feel. Yeah, so I guess the point is like asking a question. Why'd you sell at the highs? Because they're the freaking highs, you know? Just asking that question shows a lack of experience, you know, because again, like you're essentially asking me why I sold at the top of the range. I think the answer is very self-evident because it's the top of the range, you know, and I hope people can at least learn from this. was I gonna look up here? Oh man. Why did you make profit? Crazy. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I forgot I was gonna Google something. You know you're about to Google something. I just can't remember what it was, dude. I completely forgot. You get Michigan consumer sentiment data coming soon, chat. We'll see what the opening bell gives us here. Yeah, because I don't want to sell at the lows, you know. All right. Hmm. All right, guys. So we are almost to the opening bell. We got 9 minutes left. We actually did get a big pullback here. It's kind of what we expected. Hmm. Yeah, so the earnings coming out. So again, we're starting to push towards buy high, sell low. Works every time. Yeah, I'm not really annoyed at anybody, but I like if somebody basically calls me a gambler and they show signs of being like a rookie trader, I think you should correct them, which is what I did. You know what I mean? Like that might rub people wrong way. I think there's a lot of egos floating around. People don't want to be wrong. People don't want to like, it is what it is, right? But mostly, again, I'm not even claiming to be a good day trader. I mostly am an economics person. Like I'm an economist, if you will. Like I like covering economic reports, economic data, earnings, like markets in general. I day trade because, it's fun. But my job here, like if I have a purpose here on YouTube, it's mostly to help people understand the truth of everything behind it, right? Like people have to understand what's gambly, what's not. Like they have to understand what trading really is. If I can help a lot of people understand that most of these gurus out here slanging courses on publicly available content and try to talk you into their groups and mentorship services are just kind of scamming you, and most people are very susceptible to those scams because of confirmation bias. Like if somebody spends 5K on a mentorship, they want to believe it was valuable, right? So they will ignore every red flag in the book to continue to believe it's valuable, because the truth, which is that they got taken, is really hard for them to look at objectively. And I think that confirmation bias causes people in the trading space to just lose boatloads of money and continue chipping away at something that, and so I think it's important, if you're going to trade small, right? It's possible to build a skill day trading, and you can day trade and build that skill, and it'll be a skill you'll have for the rest of your life if you stick with it. But most people are going to lose money. And like that's a objective truth we have to focus on, because that's why I'm helping people. And sure, people can say I'm not good. They can say I'm not a great trader, whatever it is. My job is to be honest. And like that's what I try to do the most, is just be honest. Yeah, you can paper trade. You can try a funded account program. Like almost all day traders lose money. And so if you risk $5,000, you're probably going to lose $5,000, right? Like that's just the truth. That's how it goes. Anybody that pretends that's not the case is usually trying to sell you a course on how to day trade. And again, what happens is like you get these people who, like you get a lot of traders that got really famous 20, 30 years ago, or 10, 15 years ago, and the market was wildly different. Some of them don't even trade anymore, yet they're still selling courses on how to trade. And it's just nonsense. It's like the market has changed so much from today to 15 years ago that like somebody looking at it honestly, of course the strategies you used 15 years ago most of them are not going to work today, right? And so to sell courses for thousands and thousands of dollars a month on publicly available content that probably doesn't work anymore is irresponsible. Now, you got some good ones, and I think the bad ones make the good ones look bad. Painting it with a broad brush, so to speak. But there's just a lot of like marketing, especially it's really prevalent in like penny stocks. Like penny stock gurus are the worst with this. And again, like I said, I'm here. My channel's called Beginner Trading. I'm here. I don't claim to be good. I'm not even claiming to be an expert. I do trade live on stream. But I try to tell people the honest truth. I do trade off stream as well. And if I have a purpose here, it's to help new traders understand the truth of it all, which is that like it can be a skill. You can be good at it. It's generally going to take years, and you're probably going to lose money. And if you fund your own account, you're going to lose more money. And if you get stuck following some mentorship service from some dude that's out here like just trying to sell you, you're going to lose more, right? But at the same time, there's also highly skilled traders as well. And figuring out which ones those are is not the easiest thing to do. Yeah, well, the robots are mostly nonsense too, Corey. No offense. The robots, like you can't trust to leave your money with those robots. Again, most of those robots use a mixture of the martingale roulette strategy, which means that like if I buy 100 shares of a position right here, and then it keeps going down, and I buy another 100 shares right here, and it keeps going down, and I buy 200 shares right here. So I buy 100, it keeps going down. I buy 200, it keeps going down. I buy 300, or I buy 400. Man, I'm getting my math wrong. And then I buy 400 here. So I'm doubling my size each time it goes against me. I take 100 shares, it goes down. I buy 200 shares, it goes down. I buy 400 shares, and then it bounces up after I buy 400 shares. I'm going to end positive. I'm going to have a plus trade there. I'm going to end green, right? And this will work a majority of the time. But you should never, ever, ever do this, right? Because this will work most of the time. The problem is that maybe 1 out of 6, 1 out of 7 times, it's going to drop. You're going to add size. It's going to drop again. You're going to double your size again. It's going to drop again. You're going to triple your size, quadruple your size, and then it's going to go like this, right? And your entire account, whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50 grand, is going to go bye-bye, right? And so it's just not, it's what they do in roulette. It's called the martingale, and you'll win most of the time. But when you lose, you're going to lose everything. It doesn't matter, right? So it's a way that you can lose your whole account with a 90% accuracy rate, 80% accuracy rate. And so it's important for people to, okay, yeah, you were joking. The point remains, regardless of whether it's a joke or not, you just got to be careful. Now, you can have like custom trading algorithms that work, right? But as long I draw the line where they take the trades for you. If they take the trades for you, I run far, far away from that. But if they just give you custom indicators and alerts, that's different. They can be some edge. And I think that's probably the future of trading. Future of trading is custom algorithmic alerts. Using a combination of volume, different indicators, like stuff like that. I think those can work. You can do this example long term. It's called dollar cost averaging, but that's only in blue chip stock investments. Here's the opening bell, chat. So there's the opening bell. So there's a big bounce up at the opening bell. I'm gonna have to wait for the opening bell to calm down a little bit first, though. We're gonna put a 1 minute chart up here on both of these. Big rip ups in Nvidia and Tesla. Look at this. This must be like an algorithmic plan or something. Look at this. Look at these moves. Look at these moves, chat. Wow. Big surge up. Big volume spike at the open. Look at this big pop. Okay, we gotta let at least a couple minutes play out first for me. Look at Tesla. Guys, Tesla almost up to 260s. Look at this big surge. All right, so we're going to start shorting now. And we're going to kind of do, like, we're going to add to the losing position here, but this is a challenge account. It's just different. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so we just made about $600, $500 right there. Let me see how much we need. We would like $1,500 in profit. We have 800. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get up to like 1,400. And then scale down to micros and try to get the rest. We got an $800 cushion here, though. That's the only reason we're increasing our size in this way. And it's very, very risky. I would never do this in a real account. Chat. Somehow we got out of losses, but I wanted to limit my size. I think I took too big a size right around highs of the day. And I do think it's a risk. Yeah. So we got out just in time. We're still green since the opening bell, but I gotta wait at least another minute. Tesla's flying up. Nvidia flying up. Look at this. Nvidia almost up to 142s. Tesla over 260s. All right, so we're capitalizing on this big drops. We just made all of that we lost back. Now we're in one contract here. I gotta see what I'm up on the day now. I gotta keep monitoring this. Okay. Yeah, we just gotta be careful. I'll show you this, but we are... Four contracts. We took out one. 3 contracts left. I gotta be careful here with this, but... 4 contracts. Getting punished on this one. I need to get ready. Yeah, I gotta get out. So we ended up losing it right back. We're kind of flat on this one on the day. Let me see what we're at. I'll be honest about my P&L here. We are up $100 now, so. Look at Tesla go up again. See, the problem is I think Tesla wants to break highs of the day. What's going on, though? This is strange how it's all kind of orchestrated, I think, is the very odd part of the day. Tesla looks like it wants to break that 265 level, but we have some upwicks now that we can play with. Again, we're trying to make a $1,500 gain on one of these. And if we can't get it, that's okay. We'll just reset. That's why we're taking kind of like a crazy amount of risk here. And it looks like we might have to reset this one. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get there on this one, guys. I'm definitely trading against the momentum today, unfortunately. Yeah, it's all right. We'll come back to this one. But you don't love to see it. Let me reset this one. All right. Yeah, so we're back on this one. Trying to get funded, you're gonna have to reset, just to clarify. And so we're back. I gotta make sure we're back in the right one, though. Hold on. All right, this is attempt 2 today, guys. Attempt 2. What's the high? I gotta see what the high of Nvidia is. What's the high of Nvidia? The lifetime high. Here's a daily chart. The lifetime high on Nvidia is 144.50. We're at 142.50s, so still a long way. We're gonna swing for it again. We're only gonna take a couple of these. I just think we're gonna start pulling back. All right, so we have 4 contracts or 5 contracts now. Didn't get the best fills, but I will add triple my size here if I need to. When you're trying to get funded in one of these accounts, you have to take big risks. So if it looks like I'm being kind of irresponsible, that's what this is. All right, so now we are up 3, 4, 5, 6.5, almost 7. But Tesla continues to break highs, guys. Yeah, look at that. I want to short this more though, but I also like I'm hesitant to trade against the trend too much here. See, everybody's gonna be buying here, and I think it might trap people. We're gonna go 5 contracts deep. There we go. Look at that. Not the best fills, but that's okay. We're back to 2 contracts, which we can add back and fix our average if we really get in trouble, but there we go. Nice little trading on this account so far. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're probably up about 900 here. And again, I'm gonna short into this pop with size again. I feel like, see if we get a flush down here. To clarify, I'm trying to get funded in 2 days. That's the reason I'm like not really sitting on my profit and walking away happy. We've got a cushion now that we're trading on, but I want to see if we can let this get us to halfway there, which is where we want. Yeah, I'll try to take the loss off now. Let me see. Now we're about flat in this, but I want to give it a chance to turn. I think it could. Look at Tesla though, man. Tesla's the one. Tesla's almost at that 265 resistance level. Yeah, Tesla's going absolutely nuts, man. Look at this. It would hit this big resistance level at 265. I want to see if it rejects markets there too. But Tesla's not that weighted to markets. But somehow we got into another green trade here. Let me see how much we're up now. That's going to dictate how I approach this. Okay. Okay, so we're up 1,200 in this one. Now, I'm now going to switch to micro contracts here, which is the same thing. I'm trading the same thing in futures, but with micro contracts, what I can do now All right, so we have consumer sentiment and inflation expectations at 10. Yeah, so we do have consumer sentiment data. Let me see. So we had durable goods out. Let's get rid of this and get ready for consumer sentiment stuff. All right, so big high of the day break. Finally, we got something. So yeah, we're gonna have 1-year inflation expectations, 5-year inflation expectations, consumer sentiment, and current conditions in 15. So yeah, we're trading micros now. Big rip up though. Like honestly, a heavy amount of volatility for Friday. Let's try to short this top now. 3 contracts. We'll take 5. See if we can rip down into it though. So we got this big high of the day break. Now we're slightly green. I want to see a larger breakdown though. There we go. Bad fill. Somehow we didn't get green on that trade even though we exited green. I think it ripped up too quickly on us. We got to make a couple $100 with this one. It ripped up so fast. We were up 50 bucks. Tesla broke highs is the problem. Alright, so we got a bunch of micros here, but we've kind of traded a little bit too large at this point. If Nvidia comes back down, we're okay. But Tesla is still so strong. Alright, so if we break the high of this candle, we got to just cut it and come back to fight another trade. Alright, so we got out. Ended up losing a couple hundred. Remember, we're up about 1,200 on the day. We're now up about 1,000, I think, probably. And we might just try to get this short in another entry. The problem is Tesla's ripping up to 267s. The question is how far can it go? You also have to look at Nvidia, which does seem to be on a bull flag here, but we're still going to try to catch it. And this is why we scale down to micros, because when we're trying to catch these tops, man. Look at Tesla, though, guys. Tesla's honestly crazy. I'm going to have to get out and then just wait. I don't want to go long because we're too extended on the upside. But I'm just getting beat up trying to short it. Again, just to put this into perspective, we are still up 750 bucks on this account. Not as much as we wanted, but it's all right. How many micros can I take? Okay, so I can trade up to 50 micro contracts. Wow, I didn't know that. I never knew they changed that here, which is great. All right. Yeah, I never knew they changed that here. So yeah, we're trying to pick this top, guys, and just getting beat up today. We'll see if we finally get a good thing, but man. Somehow we're not really getting the best fills. We'll try. The problem with these is that there's so many commissions. I'm gonna have to use these in 5 micro contract increments. There we go. Alright, so we got a nice little string of trades here. Look at this. When's consumer sentiment coming out? 10 minutes? Man, I turned the other way, dude, and we just get beat up on this trade. I didn't even see this was going on. Just to be transparent here, look at this. I didn't even see this was going on. Wow. It honestly looks too strong. I have to cut it, and we'll wait. Yeah, again, guys, I'm not going to base any trades off of the chat here. Like, so you might yell at me to take trades. Again, I'm not going to take any trades. Somebody's talking about Tesla. Here's Tesla. I see it's moving up, but sorry, chat. Just not going to do it. There's no need to do it. Yeah, we're looking at some stuff here, but yeah, I just don't know if we're gonna break again on Tesla. It's up there. It looks like it wants to, but it's almost too good. See how long it tries. Look at Nvidia shoot too. What a crazy move. Took profits on Dell. Nice. Nvidia bouncing up though too, so this is what's dragging the NASDAQ market up with us too. Look at Nvidia. We'll see if it holds. All right, we got Michigan consumer sentiment. I'm trying to see where my music is. That's it. I just don't trust these to keep going up anymore. They've both gone up so much. Like, look at Tesla. Look at Nvidia. It's just hard to bet on them to see if they do anything. We do have a sideways consolidated range for a minute now for Tesla and Nvidia. They're just kind of struggling though. Back and forth, back and forth. We have some stagnation here. I don't know if the market's waiting for the Michigan data to come out or what that all means. But yeah. Tesla at 267.80s. Nvidia going up. Tesla still coming down a little bit now, though. Bear? Do you guys think we're going to get bullish or bearish moves now? I really don't know, dude. I'm waiting to see something. I had to put my trading up because I'm not really... We made a lot on one account, but the other one we're just kind of getting our butt kicked. But, yeah, like we got some big technical breakouts for like Tesla today, but who knows where we're going to head. It's too tricky, to be honest. Like we look strong at the top, but it's also up so much here. We have to watch like Amazon's breaking highs, Apple's breaking highs. Michigan data comes out in 5 minutes. Look at Tesla rip up highs again. Nvidia up there. We're waiting for the Michigan data to come out. Creepy without music. Is the music not playing? Hold on, let me see. I thought I played it. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Alright. Alright, we got the Michigan data coming out. Nvidia's current P ratio is 66. Yeah. Maybe I underestimated election strength today. Yeah, everything's big. Amazon. I'm watching Amazon. Amazon's almost up to 190s. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, for sure. No, it's all good. Like I said, I just gotta stick it up for now. We got 2 minutes left until Michigan data. Then we're gonna just enjoy our weekend. Let me know who you guys think he's gonna win, Max or Ilya. Honestly, my heart tells me Max, but my mind tells me Ilya. I think Ilya's probably got a better shot at winning, even though I do like Max and I want to see Max win. Yeah, so here we go. We got Michigan data dropping in 1 minute, chat. 1 minute. Even more rips ups here. Again, maybe the Michigan consumer sentiment data is gonna. We'll see if it helps us or not. All right, here we go, chat. Here we go. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right, here we go. And 15 seconds, guys. 15 seconds. Michigan's consumer sentiment is expected today at 68.9. Inflation expectations 2.9% for 1 year, 3% for higher than that. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to put up the QQQ here. Wow. All right, guys. Here's the report. It just showed up. So lower than expected 1 year inflation expectation, higher than expected consumer sentiment, to be honest. So this data came in better than expected. Yeah, better than expected data here. All right, so better than expected data, lower than expected inflation data for 1 year. 5 year came in as expected at 3%, and Michigan data showed up greater than expected at 70 plus. So more consumer sentiment than expected, not less. All right, Chad, here we go. I'm gonna get out of here. We did okay today. Kind of a neutral day. We did good in some accounts, bad in some accounts. If you haven't already, again, check out Top Step. If I would have traded my own money, I probably would have lost much, much more than we did today. And so if I would have traded my own money, I probably would have lost much, much more. And so if you haven't already, hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. Check out Top Step. Top Step has 0 commission on Top Step X. It's the single biggest edge in funding. If you haven't already, check it out. You're missing out if you don't try it. They are an affiliate or they're a sponsor of mine in that regard. And so I'm biased. But if you want to check them out, here's the link. I'll be back next week, bright and early. I love you all. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all be safe. Who knows, man? The market's just ripping up, just flying up today. We'll see what happens. I love y'all. Y'all be good.